Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads Smile. Saturday. It is currently 1:58 p.m. I don't know if you guys can see that. You have no idea how happy I am that it is the weekend. This week has just been insane and I'm ready for just a nice 2 days of not having to do any work responsibilities and just being able to read. Okay, so what am I reading? Currently I am 50 pages into this incredible book. Like, I needed this book this weekend so badly, and by that I just mean I read 2 other books this week and they just weren't great, and I just really needed a good book, and I can say that this book is not disappointing and I'm so happy. Last night I started Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and oh my god. I know I have a physical copy of the book here, but I just want to let you know that the book is on Scribd for anybody who uses that app. This isn't sponsored or anything, that's just what I use to listen to audiobooks. The audiobook of this is absolutely amazing. If you don't know, Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff wrote Illuminae. They are my favorite co-sci-fi authors. They write amazing sci-fi books, especially when they're writing together. Illuminae was fantastic and everybody told me that I should have listened to the audiobook for that one. When I got about 20 pages in, I decided to actually go back and switch to the audiobook. Best decision ever. Literally, this audiobook feels like you're listening to a movie. There's a full cast of characters. It's told from multiple perspectives. And not only that, but there's music and there's just like effects. So what is Aurora Rising about? So just like Illuminae, we're following a wonderful cast of characters. You guys know I read books for the characters, and I'm only 50 pages into this, but I'm already invested in each and every one of the characters, which again, I'm so happy because the last 2 books I just read, I didn't really care for the characters at all, and so they weren't like really great reads for me. This is a space book, and I just have to say, Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, they really, they do such a good job writing books that take place in space, sci-fi books, because they put so much detail into the spaceship, the details of like what they're looking at, because I feel like space books can get a bit dull if they're not accurately describing the setting that each character's in. So the book starts off where we're following this character named Tyler Jones. Now he goes to this academy called Aurora Academy, which is sort of like a space cadet academy. You're trained to eventually run like as a team on a ship and go into this place called the Fold. The Fold is this place in the galaxy where time kind of works differently, and you can travel thousands of millions of miles where normally in any other part of space you wouldn't be able to do that. Once you graduate from the academy, you have to do this thing called the draft, which I'm guessing is a sort of competition or something like that, where the top ranking people of the draft get sort of put in the best squad. So our main character, Tyler Jones, it's the night before the draft, and he decides to go into the Fold, which again is this place in outer space where they kind of go on missions, and it's just like a part of the space where time works differently. Ends up coming across this very old ship that has people that are in cryo sleep. Turns out the thousands of people that are in cryo sleep are dead, except for this one girl who's on the cover. Her name is Ori. Ends up rescuing this girl named Ori. Now she is 237 years old. She was one of like the first people that was put in cryo sleep to go to a different planet, but I guess her ship got knocked off course. So now it's the year 2380 and she just has been rescued and is waking up and is like, oh my god, I've been asleep for 237 years. The boy, Tyler Jones, ends up missing the draft because he decides to rescue her and gets placed with like the worst sort of misfit group of team members, and he kind of has to like work with them. It is so good. Like I said, I'm only 50 pages in, so I'm at the part now where he's meeting his squad for the first time, and they're all just like looking at him like he's a joke, even though he's like the best of the best, top class guy, but because he missed the draft, he gets stuck with all these misfits. I have been doing this thing where I listen to the audiobook while I'm reading, and that has been wonderful, and I am just so excited to go back into this book because I'm only 50 pages in and I just love all the characters. As always, before we get into this book, I'm gonna need to get some coffee because it's standard procedure by now, so yeah, let's go do that.
2. A sky full of ghosts. Data entry. Aurora Legion squads. Squad members, faces. If you're dealing with an Aurora Legionnaire smoother than a glass of single malt Laurassian Centaur, then odds are you've just met a face. Diplomats by nature and by training, their job is to deal with friends or foes, and a good face can often turn the latter into the former with a few well-placed words.
Chapter 13. Scarlet. Mark DeVries, ex-boyfriend number 29. Pros, built like a brick wall. Cons, brains like a brick wall. Maybe, I murmur.
Good morning! It is super rainy today. I love it though. So I'm in the bathroom. I've got a lot of questions asking why I have only been like doing videos and posting photos with my hair up in a slick bun. So I thought I would show you the state of my hair. This is what my hair is currently looking like. When I'm back home here, the humidity is so high that it's just impossible for me to get any definition in my hair. It just frizzes and it goes like full Polynesian mode. My ancestors come out through my hair. A lot of people were like, did you cut your hair? I'm like, no, it's just been in a slick bun. It is getting so long. I don't know if you guys can see this. Whoa! Shrinkage is real. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my waist here. It's just about waist length. I feel like it's easier for me just to put it in a slick bun and just not even worry about it, so that's what I have been doing. The only product I've been putting in my hair while I'm here is Miss Jessie's Multicultural Curls. It's a very very conditioning leave-in conditioner, and I basically kind of just slick it through, making sure to like coat the ends as like best I can. I know this looks kind of crazy, but it's just going in a bun, so this is just so that it stays moisturized while it's in that bun. I only have 50 pages left of Aurora Rising. I was up until 3 a.m. last night just power listening to Aurora Rising, and then I woke up this morning, I had some breakfast, I worked out a little bit, and while I work out, I like to listen to audiobooks as well. It helps me like kind of multitask and get books done. I feel like this side is longer than, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so I only have 50 pages left and I don't even know where to begin. Like, the one thing that I love about Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff's writing is they do not waste any pages. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't waste, like, there's not a dull moment in the book. And I know I feel like I say that a lot for a lot of books, but I literally mean every chapter there's some sort of action sequence going on. If you're someone who's not a fan of really sort of long, drawn out dialogue, or a book where they're just like talking a lot about nothing, do you know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Which sci-fi books, a lot of the times they can get that way. Like, they get very I don't know, they can become more dialogue than action, which aren't the kind of sci-fi books I really like or are necessarily really into. Ooh, okay, see, my hair's slowly coming back to life. Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff just become their own person when they combine together, because I know Jay Kristoff, just based off reading Nevernight, he's very into heavy world building and a lot of detail, which can kind of get a bit boring sometimes in my opinion, but when he's writing with Amy Kaufman, it's like that perfect balance. Every page something happens, and that's why you read their books so quickly, is because every chapter just like it's like there's something happening and you just want to get to the next chapter. Not only that, but it's told from multiple points of view, and I love every single one of the characters. We have such a diverse group of characters. I don't just mean like ethnicity wise, I mean we do have like alien species and stuff like that too. I will update you guys once I get another cup of coffee and a snack, because I'm really hungry, and then we can sit down and finish Aurora Rising. It's time for my favorite part of the day. Got new coffee. I feel like I always get new coffee in my reading vlog just because I go through it so quick. But now that there's a little Keurig machine here, the options are just endless for coffee. I think I'm gonna go with a hazelnut coffee today. I'm feeling like the roasty, toasty Christmasness. Has been acquired. I also made some apples and since we're reading a space book, I felt like it was only fitting that I have a Luna bar this morning. Get it? Luna bar. I forgot to tell you guys that I'm also 50 pages into another book that I started, and I do have the audiobook for this one, but I don't think I'm gonna do the audiobook just because I like physically reading it. Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I decided to pick this up because I just see, like, every time I go on Bookstagram, people are just posting about Wayward Son, and it's so hard not to get spoiled at this point. I wanna start it before I accidentally spoil myself. If you don't know, Wayward Son is the sequel to Carry On, which is a sequel series to Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and Fangirl was fantastic. It's one of my favorite contemporary books of all time. In that book, our main character writes a fan fiction called Carry On, and this is that fan fiction that she's writing in the book. Basically, that fan fiction has become a story of its own, and it is amazing. And this is the second book, and we're following our two main characters who are on the cover here. Carry On was a sort of Harry Potter knockoff. Like, you know, it's about this magical school where you can learn to be a wizard, but the rules and the details are a bit different. It's like a fan fiction of a fan fiction of a fan fiction. It's amazing. I'm 50 pages into Wayward Son, and what's really cool about this book is it takes place after the big sort of hero events happen in the first book. Carry On was supposed to be a standalone, and what's so unique about Wayward Son that I'm really enjoying is we never really hear what happens after the hero, after the chosen one completes their task. Like, what does their life look like after, you know, the big wizard battle, all of that kind of stuff. And that is what Wayward Son is about. And we're following our main characters who have just come out of this epic battle, and now they're just trying to live a relatively normal life after crazy events happened. I know people have mixed opinions about this, but honestly, I'm really loving it so far, and I think it's just because, again, I'm a character reader and I love the characters in Carry On, and now that we get them in Wayward Son, I'm here for it. It takes place in the UK, but our characters have flown to the United States and are going on like this road trip. And of course, magical things happen along the way. So that's kind of the gist of the story. Okay, I'm gonna drink my coffee before it gets cold because there's no microwave in this house. So if it gets cold, I'm gonna have to like put it on the stove to heat it back up. And that's just a whole process. To write a little postcard to my best friend. I finished the book! Hey guys! Okay, so it is the next day. I apologize I didn't update yesterday. I was actually at a Christmas parade. It was so much fun. My whole family was there. It is currently 10:10 in the morning, and I just finished reading Aurora Rising, and it was so good, and like, I don't know what more to say. I feel the same way about this book as I felt about Illuminae. This is the kind of sci-fi I love. All sorts of different types of sci-fi, but my favorite type of sci-fi is just really fun, sort of intergalactic space, like especially in the young adult genre. I feel like sci-fi is just so fun. This is exactly what I needed and I was in the mood for, and I'm so excited. I was just on Amy Kaufman's Instagram, and she showed the cover of the next book in this series, which is gonna be called Aurora Burning, and it has one of my favorite characters, Cal, on the cover. And as soon as I saw this cover, I was like, oh my god, Charlie Bowater did the cover art for this. If you guys don't know who Charlie Bowater is, she's an incredible artist, and she did a lot of fan art for Sarah J Maas, and then ended up designing like the maps in the books and doing all sorts of stuff. I'm so excited for the second book. I think it comes out April of next year. I'm not sure, I didn't look at the date. This book is just under 500 pages, but it did not feel at all like a 500-page book. It felt like a 200-page book. I am still only about 100 pages into Wayward Son. It's pretty good. It's a little slower than the previous book, but I know this is a totally different time period we're following these characters in. Like I said, it's like post all the crazy chosen one stuff. This is also told from multiple points of view, and yeah, I'm enjoying it, but I don't really feel like I have an update yet. Anyways, until next time, keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!